everything is just happening almost at the same time.
Yeah.
Recently, there was a father who actually went ahead at the birth of his child to do to carry out a DNA testing on the child, and he came online.
Paternity testing.
Yes, I mean paternity testing, and he came online to celebrate that he was initially bothered, he was initially troubled. Now he I mean, at the time of that DNA testing had been carried out, he was now relieved. He felt a lot of relief, right? So, and activists like Aisha Yesufu and the rest of them also jumped on that conversation, sort of telling the man in question that, well, you can actually go ahead and do it, but you don't need to come out and make a noise about it. That every man, most especially those that have doubt, need to get DNA tests done on their children, except the DNA result shows that the child or the children are not theirs. And then she goes ahead to say, you need to keep your damn mouth shut. Nobody needs to know you did a DNA test. And here you are saying it is something that has to be discussed and that has to involve the consent of both parties. But in this case, it looks apparently the woman did not even know what was happening behind her. So how do we deal with that? It's still the case of infidelity.
Okay, well, the ideal thing when you talk about paternity testing, the mother has to be involved. It doesn't mean that the mother's sample has to be taken. But the mother should give consent also for the child, because we're talking about a child who has two parents. So both parties have to give consent for testing to be done in an ideal situation. And in an ideal situation, even the mother's sample should be tested, because, like I said, we also have maternity issues. We have women who are, in quotes, getting pregnant, who are not actually pregnant. Yes, no, not even baby swap. We have couples who have fertility issues, and the woman wants to get pregnant by all means and gets to some facility who are pumping her with injections that make her look pregnant.
That's
yes, who is not actually carrying a baby. And then they bring the woman in to do, in quotes, a cesarean section. And the woman comes out of that facility with a baby. In this case, the woman actually believes that it is her baby, and actually also believes that the husband is the father of that baby. So in this case, if you go and do a paternity testing using only the father's sample, it's going to come out that the woman is not it's going to come out that the father is not the biological father of this child. But if you did not test the mother along, you are not going to know that the mother is not also the biological mother of this child. And in this particular case, the mother may not even know that she is not the biological mother of this child.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying that in an ideal situation, it should involve the consent of both the father and the mother. And then in an ideal situation, the sample of also the mother should be run alongside to even determine if this woman is the biological mother of this child in question.
All right.
We've also had situations where, again, yes, go ahead.
No, I was going to just land on your point, ma'am, because I was going to go back to the saying that a mother knows the biological father of a child, and then chimerism that you mentioned the other time. I was going to ask if that has to do with
chimerism.
Attributed paternity. I was going to ask that question. Sorry, I interjected.
So it could play a role. And from one of the centers in Nigeria that did, like a review of the tests that they had done, paternity testing, they found out that mostly the first child is affected.
Right.
Why? Because a lot of women that are unfaithful, before they get married, they have more than one partner. So at the time they are getting married to one partner, that partner may not be the biological father of that child.
Okay, so so far, okay. Because of time, I'm sorry I keep coming in. I understand there is a lot to unpack on this subject, challenging the assumption of infidelity and understanding the DNA behind paternity fraud. I see that Lagosians have been calling. Please, the numbers to call 02012770993010. 0201-465-7190. You can as well drop me your message on WhatsApp 0809 975-805. I deliberately left that amount of time for Prof to educate us because this is a serious conversation that we cannot just treat and move on just like that. We do have D for details coming up right next to tell us one or two, but let me take this telephone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Zaynab.
Yes, 1 minute, please.
Yeah, I want to talk about the last comments from your guest. She said
L'Oreal has been at the heart of your sweet celebrations, creating cakes, pastries, and confections that turn moments into memories. From birthdays to weddings, cozy mornings to grand occasions, we've been honored to bring a little more joy to your life, one delicious bite at a time. As we celebrate this incredible milestone, we want to say thank you to all our loyal customers and friends, our dedicated team members, and our wonderful suppliers who have made this 30 years so special. Here's to 30 years of creating delicious memories and many more to come.
Are you looking for the right way to stay, live, or work abroad without losing your funds to unscrupulous travel agents? Or are you looking for funds to even finance this overseas plans? If yes is the answer, then don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity to reserve your seat for the premium Jackpot seminar with Ozo Odudoba of Wazobia FM. Gain valuable insights, travel loans, learn proven strategies, get insider tips, network with industry leaders, have one-on-one discussions with seasoned travel experts, and take the next step towards achieving your traveling goals. The date is Saturday, the 25th of January 2025. The time 12 noon prompt. Make sure you are not late. The venue is the ITF building, the 5th floor, Funshaw Williams Avenue, Costain, Lagos. The access fee is 20,000 naira per person. For seat reservations and further inquiries, please contact the number 0802 383-1303 or 0802-377-0699. Hurry, secure your spot because seats are filling up now. This event is powered by Strong Voice Media and proudly supported by Wazobia FM, Cool FM, and Nigeria Info. Note, we are not in the business of giving away visas.
You're back. Apologies that happened. This is a subject that we need to understand, and we need someone like Professor of Hematology to educate us, geneticists to jump on this and educate us and make us understand what we should know. I'm sorry, the calls I am taking on the show today is so limited. Please bear with me. I have been trying to call back the very first caller who called into the show before that break, but the person is not picking. I'm trying to be nice so I don't just leave you there and be burning your airtime. Please, if you can hear me, do call back. I've been trying to call you.
But I think I heard his question.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so what he asked was how somebody could be pregnant, in quotes, with how someone could think they're pregnant when they're not actually pregnant, because we were talking about the cryptic pregnancy. And what it is that usually they're given hormones that make them, bloated, their stomach enlarges, their abdomen gets bigger, and so they would actually think that they're pregnant. And usually they tell them not to go for scams. They tell them not to go for scam, that if they go feed them with all these ideas. And usually these women are desperate because, they've been looking for babies for so many years. So actually they don't go for a scam.